desecrating the Mayor.
If you wait to ask the question, I'll be happy to answer, but please respect the circle. Please respect.
On First Nations graves. That's the truth.
Okay, listen, we're trying to have a respectful discussion here, all right? So we appreciate if you weren't shouting. You can go to the mic and you can make a statement if you like, but let's be respectful to people here in the circle. Please join the circle. Fred, would you like to weigh in on that?
There is an opportunity for learning. That's what the first thing we get out of it, and then there are a lot of other opportunities to deepen respect in all directions in our community through understanding, and that's where the reconciliation will come from. And there are a number of initiatives the city has planned in order to honor reconciliation.
Fred, go ahead.
May I say something here? My relatives, I ask you to be calm. We said a prayer here this morning for all of this to happen in a good way. If you have pain, we have to have a way to heal. And this is not going to help heal the process. You need to respect this process as an individual. And I ask you to do that, please. I don't get paid. This is volunteer. Sir, I ask you to respect us. We respect you. We want this to heal. We don't want this anger. Please, I ask you to hold back for a bit. There's lots of people. I know, we know that. I know, sir, we ask you if you have to take time for yourself to heal, sir. You are in pain, and we understand that. You are. You are angry. You're hurt. You are hurt, and you're angry. So I ask you to respect us, please. All of the people here. This is not who we are as First Nations people. We are not in this process to hurt anybody. Hurting has had enough. We need to heal.
And I want to say to the mayor that I want to offer that kind of help to the city, to be able to bring that spirituality in that honest way to try and help the people heal through our spirit.
Thank you, Fred. Now there's a tradition, the one we mentioned in First Nations culture is the talking stick, right? We pass the talking stick. And so when you hold the talking stick, you can speak, but please be respectful of it. Sir, you have the talking stick. What would you like to express?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, several times the past year I've asked for real consultations with First Nations and Métis people on the cemetery and our history on the Rossdale Flats. You know, you're building a bridge on a First Nation cemetery. I sent you the map. And I guess the real question, and maybe before I ask the question, I just want to say, you know, real healing, real reconciliation is consultation, real concentration on the land, our grave sites, our history. And I guess the question is it hypocritical for you to be here while you are desecrating a First Nation cemetery?
Thank you for expressing that in a respectful way.
Yes, thank you. The city, in consultation with the province, which manages historical resources and any grave site, pre or post-colonization, is included in that, sought to consult 22 Indigenous organizations about the appropriate way to behave respectfully on those lands, and got advice, please sir, and got advice as well as to, if human remains were encountered, how they should be respectfully handled. And all work would stop if human remains were encountered. There is, because of where the boundaries are of the land titles, a larger area was declared or designated as part of the cemetery than what the archaeological record shows up to this point. There was an adjustment to those boundaries to accommodate the new bridge. But under the understanding, well, that's my understanding of the situation. We may disagree on the facts, but we have worked very hard to be respectful, and I understand and I hear you that you do not feel respected in this process, but the city has made an effort to honor the the traditional Indigenous groups of this territory and consult with them, and to also manage any excavation in a respectful way.
All right, I don't think you want to have this whole thing monopolized by the one.
Yeah, just one question. One more comment. And it's just that, you know, Mary, you purposely chose to consult with First Nations that didn't know anything about the history, but you have refused to consult with the urban Aboriginal population. That's all I'm asking. Today, are you willing to commit to start talking with the urban Aboriginal population about the cemetery?
Well, you've had the opportunity to present before City Council on numerous occasions. We have heard your perspective on the issue. We are obliged to consult with the people who hold the traditional knowledge of practices and history on these lands, and we have done so. And I recognize you disagree with the advice that those Indigenous leaders have given us. And it's...
All right, thanks very much. I think we've dealt with that. Thank you very much.
And as a person who does artwork and does a lot of advocacy work in the community, I would say that there are certain things that you need to understand before you can really understand the Indigenous perspective. Number one, that the doctrine of discovery is flawed. There were people here.
So what are your friends? From this point of view, is we're just here to try to support it, right? I'm glad you understand that came here to help, and I appreciate that. And do you know about the fact the city is desecrating that cemetery? We did. So that's what we did. Yes, you let me know, and that's awesome. I'm glad you were here. That's all we did. Settle down. No, and that's great. And I really appreciate that you went from you're recording this, I need to ask that you don't record this, please. Why? You can record on the security. You can record. I can record. Excuse me. The Aboriginal excuse me.
You cannot touch me. You cannot touch me. Go
To explain
ahead.
something to you, okay? No, record. Stop recording.
I'll record. It's a civil right. I can
This is
record.
private. This is private property up to the sidewalk. Please, if you'd like to go out there, and that's your privilege.